Of Naxxramas. We've climbed every cliff on Black Rock. Now the world cries out for heroes. As a new evil rises, there will be danger. There will be doom. There will be ancient temples filled with relics, treasures, and traps. Who will answer the call?
Lead, explorers lead, and we are in need of explorers. Adventure we seek, cross land and sea. Want to come and join us?
Yes!
All right, welcome back everyone to the SL Iley Star Series. I'm Noxious. With me is Crip to cast the last match of the day for this first bracket of the last chance qualifier. We're gonna have more games tomorrow that are gonna be happening, but for now, we've got the last match. It's gonna be Cipher versus StrifeCro. StrifeCro won versus Trump. Although I think the last game was really close.
It was really close, but StrifeCro had that buffer. He had another opportunity to get lucky and win if he didn't get it there, but he certainly did get it there, and we will see a little bit more of him shortly here. StrifeCro and Cipher actually bringing very similar decks to the last chance qualifier here. They both have Warlock, they both have Druid, Cipher with the Paladin, and StrifeCro with the Priest. And this StrifeCro Priest, 100% win rate. It seems like these classes that, in general, rarely show up to tournaments. When they do, they have very dominant performances. What happens is, StrifeCro or some other guy will have a lot of success with Priest, and then the next tournaments, half the people bring Priest, and it's the worst deck of the tournament. But it seems like when people know just the right time to be sneaky and bring the class, it pays out big, and I think it has acted as quite a big asset to StrifeCro's lineup so far in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting any worse either. I mean, Cypher's lineup doesn't look particularly powerful against Priest. I mean, the Druid, granted, can do Druid things, but that's true of StrifeCro as well. He's also got the Druid. But Cypher's Paladin, with Light Bomb in the deck, with Shrinkmeister being something you can play on curve, the Zombie Chows are there, the Double Nova, of course. I think StrifeCro's deck is good enough because the Secret Pally from Cipher is just a very slow version of it.
Yeah,
so
but
it's just not going to rush down the Priest necessarily.
My main concern with the Priest is if it runs up against the Reno Lock. I think Reno Lock just mercilessly destroys every slow Priest deck, and that is a slow Priest deck. So
really, I feel like you can take it to fatigue, right? Maybe it's a tough sell, I think. But
yeah, I'm not convinced that StrifeCro has two Light Bombs, and if that's the case, I think he can't really win that game.
Yeah, it does make some of the matches different. The things he's got 1 and 2. I wonder if Elise ever comes in a matchup like this. The Curators can be big. But anyway, that's a little bit of variance you have to hope for. I want to see the matchup, though. I really want to see Priest versus the Warlock from Cipher. I don't think it's something that I've seen yet. At least not.
Yeah, well,
matchup.
I don't believe StrifeCro wants to see that matchup. I think StrifeCro wants to see Priest versus Druid. I think is pretty good. Sure. The Druid, especially these classic mid-rangey Druids, they really struggle if the opponents have sustained hero powers like Priests and Warriors, especially if they have a few taunts to get in the way on those critical turns when you actually want to finish the game. And that's basically the point of StrifeCro's deck. So it is going to be tough to beat. Looks like it's going to be Paladin though. Paladin versus Priest. I think this does. I think every time it's Paladin versus Priest, I think it favors the Paladin. But we've seen that
the exact opposite. So it's funny, yeah.
I think StrifeCro's list makes it so it's very close, nonetheless.
Yeah, I just really want to see whether or not that Holy Fire ever pays off, because I think it was meant as a way to counter something like Thaurissan without relying on Shadow or Death, and it's also not a dead draw against Aggro Shaman, right? So I think the intent was to counter a specific meta, but in this exact matchup, I don't know if it really does that much. You kill Sylvanas, I guess.
Well, Cipher has a lot of mid-range minions, so StrifeCro might just not have enough answers to that. That's really the main issue. We still haven't seen Entomb. We still haven't seen Death, and we've gone down to like 7 or 8
We've
cards.
seen one Entomb, but we haven't
Did we?
seen any deaths. Yeah, there was one that was never played because it wasn't
Okay.
relevant, but it's
Okay.
just... It seems like it's running
Oh,
a
there
lot
it
of
is.
one-ups,
Oh, and Death.
right?
Okay, I guess.
Oh.
I guess I'm out of a job then.
Never mind.
I'm getting sapped.
Yeah, it's like... It's fine, I'm getting vanished. I'm getting Entombed.
Yep. No, but I think that's the first time we actually saw the Death. I think I'm not mistaken with that. but-
Trip, I have to ask you, like,
Mhm.
you're tall enough to get Shadow Word Deathed. Am I short enough to get Shadow Word Pained?
Oh, I don't think you're quite that short. Shadow Word Pain is mostly for toddlers. Two
Okay.
attack. Come on.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, Curator without the Discover, we don't know what is being offered right now to StrifeCro. I would love to see it, but unfortunately, it looks like the Spectator mode is not
Yeah,
quite
it
there
doesn't.
yet.
It doesn't pick it up that frequently, it seems. So there's not too much we could do about that. And it probably is a pretty interesting decision, especially because he's taking so long to make it. In the early game, the decision making on the Curator is much more advanced because you often have like mediocre early to mid game cards, but choosing those might lead to more of a win condition than picking up like a Sylvanas, because sometimes when you play a Sylvanas against a Secret Paladin, it's too late to actually make a difference.
Well,
And
speaking
there's
of the
Sylvanas.
devil, there she is.
Yep.
I mean, she works with Repentance, but there is none, so it's mostly just, I'm going to take the best minion that's offered to me. I think the Entomb being in StrifeCro's hand already is an amazing thing, because it's the easiest way to defuse the mysterious Challenger Bomb that sometimes just punishes you for resisting at this
Yeah,
stage.
but I mean, we've only seen Entomb once before, I think, right? So
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
only
I think
one in the deck.
yeah, I think there's a good chance there is only one in the deck, and if there's only one in the deck and you're playing a pretty slow Paladin deck, I think you need to save it for Tyrion.
All right, maybe that's the Sylvanas pickup. I don't know. I like StrifeCro, like, I like his priest list so far. It's like a control priest with some of the... It's very heavy on the Cabal Shrink, something I haven't seen too much of in the recent control priests. Justicar as well, he just picked up off the top. Pretty common nowadays.
Well, if you're playing that, I believe you want to attack first. I think it's weapon into the 3/2,
and then
you can muster,
re-weapon.
and then do it into the 3/2, and then 4/3 into the 1/1.
Yeah, it's a common marginal misplay, but sometimes, you know, that extra weapon hit matters. And so...
Okay. Well, looks like we're going forward with one less weapon. But,
Charge.
I mean, it might be intentional.
Oh, there's a Harrison Jones in the deck.
I don't think there is. I don't think
There
it's
is
this deck.
one. We saw one in StrifeCro's deck. It took one shard of True Silver away from Trump earlier in
Oh,
the
that's
Paladin
right.
versus
That's
Priest.
right. So I guess we are playing around that.
Yeah, it's got to be the idea behind the play. Now,
Okay.
this Velen's Chosen is quite interesting because on one end, it looks good. On the other, it really doesn't do very much. But you have no way to clean up that 4/3 unless
Yeah.
you play it.
Yeah, I think you just got to do it. I mean, you have to keep in mind that, I mean, against a Paladin, you're very unlikely to be with a leftover attacker at all in this matchup. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just much better to Velens you can attack rather than Velens on a better creature later on. Like, you might Velens like a Death Lord defensively, but other than that, it's just not a good idea. And even then, yeah, you know there's the Keeper of Uldamons.
Keeper of
It won't
Uldamons,
even
exactly.
work.
Yeah, it just won't work. You almost never get to take what you want. Two Entombs in the
Entombs.
deck. All right.
Wow.
Well, the problem is, right now, these two Entombs are doing nothing but, I guess, entombing StrifeCro and useless cards, because they're pretty much unusable in
I
this
think there's
spot
some
like this.
case for just not even playing the Shrinkmeister. I mean, all it does is absorb 2 damage and really one dude in terms of tempo.
So,
It basically doesn't do anything.
yeah, I guess the Entomb will hit the Belcher if it comes out, usually.
I don't know.
I'd
I
play
think
Shredder,
I
maybe.
think you might Sylvanas first because it has a potential bigger payout.
That's right. You can scare the Paladin into playing suboptimally, perhaps. And maybe that on its own is worth the slow play. I mean, you might play Justicar as early as possible as well. Is that ever something you do? Just get that 4 health hero power out. You have Akanai left. Look at the damage on the board, though. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is so much. Yeah, I don't like Entomb that much. I think you might just Sylvanas and play perhaps a Light Bomb.
I have no time for games.
Next
on
turn.
the top. Play
Well,
Light Bomb next turn. Yeah, sure.
If you play Light Bomb and he does a Mysterious Challenger, you might take an Avenged Belcher. That's pretty good.
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
So, I mean, considering
exactly
how far
the
you are behind, I think you have to take very risky plays like that.
Yeah, I think StrifeCro recognizes just how bad his opening hand was. Like, usually I think the Entomb is great when you're running to Challenger. The Death might also be good in similar cases. But right here, the amount of smoke that the Paladin's putting together is way too much. Well, it looks like the Priest is probably...
No, it's not. It's not over. It's not over. He does have to play... he doesn't have a Light Bomb, though.
Yeah, he doesn't have a way.
Light
That's the
Bomb
thing.
yet.
Like, he just doesn't have a way to clear the board.
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
The most he could do is attack, trigger Noble Sack, then Shadow Word Death is on Sylph, seal the Belcher. But that's...
Yeah, the reason he hasn't conceded yet is he doesn't know what secret that is. So he's thinking about all the secret options and whether or not any of them could result in him staying alive next turn. Okay, there's Get Down.
He's hoping pretty hard here. But if you take the Belcher, you do stay
No,
alive.
I think you have to Death Sylvanas to take the Belcher. That's it, right?
I think you do live, though. That's the cool thing, is you still Belcher.
Yeah.
3/3. You heal yourself. You can even play Zombie Chow on the back of this. There's a 20% to even stay alive.
Oh!
And he does.
Okay.
But he's not, you know, the thing is the Paladin can still top deck. So it's not quite over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just Dr. Boom kind of makes it pretty over, but
I mean, let's just look at this. A second ago, there was 0% chance. Now it's probably in the 0.2.
no, he's gonna Dr. Boom, and if he Dr. Booms and StrifeCro actually does pick up that Light Bomb, things can happen. Yeah.
I mean,
That would be enough.
but if he kills Zombie Chow, that means the
Yeah.
Boombots have to hit for massive.
A combined
I mean, Holy
3 or
Nova
less.
right now is actually pretty good. Holy Nova on its own
No, 'cause
looks
you
to
just
StrifeCro
die.
a pretty good pickup.
He just died of the Dr. Boom.
Sure, I mean, it's not played yet, so StrifeCro thinks Nova's holding for the most part. The Cipher is agonizing over what to play. I feel like if you don't play Boom here, you're just risking a loss for no...
Well, if you trade, StrifeCro's gonna have 7 life actually, so Boom must have to hit for 6 or less.
So I guess the... Whoa. So he doesn't mind Holy Nova, is what this says. That is awfully weird. Interesting.
Okay.
What could you possibly thought steal that keeps you in? Nothing.
Pyro equality.
Wait, no, he doesn't run equality in that deck, unfortunately, but...
Not that we know of. at
Oh,
least.
hello! That's Satyrion. A little bit
A little bit late there.
late. Would have been good, you know, 3 turns from now. 3 turns ago, that is. For a setup on 8, but...
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, StrifeCro played as non-greedy as he could have. I think he actually could have fared better if he played more greedy. Now that I think about it, right? If he played more greedy, he would have not played the Shrinkmeister, which means he could have Cabal Shrinked the first Belcher and not have to death his own.
And not have
Sylvanas.
to... Yeah, but I think he was off in mana when that Belcher was around, because he had to play Sylvanas 1 turn, and then on 7, he went Shadow Word Death, heal, Chow. So he was 1 man off of stealing.
1 man
It's
off.
just like...
Yeah.
But I don't know if he used up the coin on that play, because if he did, then, in fact, he would have been better off with the greedy play.
No, Cipher hadn't the coin that game. He coined Muster into Muster.
Yeah. So what I want to see here is the Warlock from Cipher and StrifeCro queuing up with the Priest again, because that's the matchup I'm looking forward to. I think you were right.
Nope.
Paladin.
Another miss, but another Priest.
Well, I'm happy. There's
Well,
more
this-
chances now that it eventually has to run into Warlock. Right?
Yeah.
If it loses
This is a really, really good hand from StrifeCro, but we have to keep in mind that Cipher has played amazingly defensively against Northshire openers. We saw him. He didn't win the game, but it wasn't Cipher. Who was it?
Kranich was playing.
Kranich was playing.
Like he ended up coining out the Wrath to kill it.
Yeah, coining the Wrath to kill a Northshire. All right. Well, we'll have to see if Cipher makes a similar play. I think it's the correct one just because of the potential danger of not being able to handle.
Valen's Chosen alone makes you just regret ever
right
not killing it. That's way too scary, I think.
The thing is, neither player is mulliganed, and there's some chance that you'd mulligan away a Wrath. Nope.
That's a great hand
not.
StrifeCro. He's on the coin with the Valen's Chosen after the Northshire with a Deathlord. That's pretty sick. Oh, wow.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's really
I think
good.
I'd Zombie Chow before the Northshire. Because that is less of a threat. You would play a Darnassus into this, I believe.
Yeah, probably a lot more than you would into an Northshire, because it doesn't draw.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, there's a coin Valens, and that's too bad, but you can take that chance very often, unless you expect him to have it, like, necessarily.
Okay, let's see that path again.
Kranich style, everything off the sport
Here
before
I
I play
believe we
my...
just Deathlord. I think it's easy.
Yeah.
Deathlord.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, Valens Chosen as a follow-up on
Or
3.
just Northshire, if he plays nothing.
A heal. Yeah.
Oh, if he plays nothing, yeah, it depends.
Valens anyway.
Do you really want to? Do you really want to Valens into a Druid's 4th turn?
Yeah,
That's
maybe
hard
not.
to do. I could see it being made, but it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, there's no other foreplay that he would ever do. Like, it's pretty much... Is there an argument for that Northshire now that you saw the Wrath? Because, I mean, Deathlord is still good. If something comes out that you can attack with that Deathlord, you can heal it up with the Northshire on 3. Cipher is still in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well... Yeah, I like the shade. You can do Wild Growth and Darnassus on 4. Darnassus will probably die because your opponent wouldn't want to give you a turn 7 play, but then you actually have the turn 6 play.
Yeah, you need to make sure that this shade is out before turn 5, because then Nova for the shade alone might be worth it for the Priest player. So getting it out on curve, I think, is a lot better.
I think I'm a big fan of Valens here, just because you don't want your Deathlord to die for no reason. Even if it gets silenced. If it gets silenced, your Deathlord doesn't die, and that's really the important part.
I mean, how can it die next turn? It would have to be Savage War with Living Roots, let's say.
Yeah.
Something very specific. But again, if something great comes out for Cipher, you don't have an answer. Like, you have no deaths.
Is someone injured?
So maybe that is too scary. Oh, he's going to go again for the tempo play against Druid. So he's saying, if you have Keeper of the Grove, play it on my Shriekmeister, but then I get to Valens my Deathlord and kill your Keeper. Well, maybe not.
What about the Sylvanas here?
Yeah, I think Sylvanas is the play. As crazy of an offensive and aggressive play as it looks, I think by doing this, you're forcing StrifeCro to answer this, and you just saw him overextend where he never thought something like this could come up. Wow, that is clunky.
That is pretty clunky, but what if you just
buff up your Deathlord?
Yeah, what if you just massively buff your Deathlord?
Yeah. I mean, Sylvanas would go down to 1, Keeper of the Grove triggers it and steals something, but then you could also keep that Sylvanas healed up at some stage if it's ever something.
Yeah, but if you keep her, then you don't keep her the Deathlord, and if you don't steal the Deathlord, then you just win
really
anyway.
Bad. Yeah. I like the idea of buffing up the Deathlord, honestly. I mean, you don't want to give him Northshire later on. You give it to him if you had, say, Cabal Shadow Priest ready to play. Speaking of the devil, if he picks up Cabal, that's really good for him. Yeah, there's no way you're giving cards to that Druid. There's no way. Not a chance. And look at that. Just like this, Swipe needs to be picked up.
Savage Roar works.
Or, yeah, Savage Roar is pretty good.
Do
You kill the Shade.
Do you use Savage Roar here?
Savage Roar would make the shade. I mean, you could Savage Roar hero power to kill the Death Lord, and you keep the Northshire alive, so that the priest can't heal his minions.
Yeah, but it's pretty
think?
poor tempo play if you do that.
Yeah. Well, what's the better one then?
You wait until the shade's big enough to not die.
Sure, that sounds perfectly fine. Harrison Jones. Shrink, trade without taking damage, and heal the Death Lord even further.
I don't know.
I mean, if you heal the Death Lord, you have to kill the Northshire.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that he gets for 8 that he doesn't get for 7, I think, right? So killing this Aspirant doesn't really do anything, aside from removing 2 damage
true.
off the board.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think shrinking the Northshire and healing the Death Lord is the play.
Harrison has a 5/4.
Yeah, it looks like he's thinking about the Harrison there with the motion that he made by attacking.
That's a very interesting sequence of turns that we've had so far, because this game has gone in a way that I don't think I've ever had to really play a game out. The early Sylvanas, it's a card that we haven't seen in a long time, and that the way that I guess the steals were possible, it's kind of a first for me, and I don't know how I'd play this. Like, I'm worried about losing the Death Lord, but with a 5/4 it's more manageable. Having the Shade on 1 health is also something that I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm. Well, Savage Roar is pretty good here.
Kills the Death Lord, buffs of the Northshire, you can kill the Harrison Jones and follow it up with, well, whatever comes
you
out
get.
of it, I guess. Yeah, you could also go
looking
for...
at the Force of Nature. Force of Nature lets you keep the Northshire. That's good too. Then you have 3 minions for Savage Roar. Oh yeah, this is better.
Oh goodness, Savage Roar is so dangerous here. I mean, StrifeCro is going to have to use Holy Fire or pick up a Nova of sorts. Well, okay.
No, I think he
Nova
just has
next
to
turn?
Sylvanas.
So he uses Sylvanas, the Shade gets... I mean, the 5/5 gets traded away, and then the 1/3 kills the 5/1, or the other way around, I guess.
I have no
Or you get
time for
Keepered
games.
and your life sucks, but I think overall Sylvanas, you're right.
It'll be a 6/2 next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite that simple. It's not that simple at all, actually.
Well, could you just play a Drake and go full face? I feel like making a trade with Sylvanas here is just suicide.
Mm-hmm.
You're just wasting your game away by doing this. You're playing exactly into what the priest wants to do. And Savage Roar here is great. I mean, we're talking 8 damage for 3 mana.
Yeah. It's still a pretty tough spot for StrifeCro. And right as we praise the priest deck, it starts getting crushed.
I think he's still pretty far ahead, though, after this turn, depending on where the... No, because I mean, he's getting a Nova to kill the Shade. He can then... honestly, this little Northshire Cleric is so annoying.
Yeah, the sequencing of Savage Roar versus Force of Nature in the different spots is really what Cipher had to realize. I mean, I didn't even see how much of a difference it would have made, but Cipher playing the Force of Nature to clear led to the Northshire still being alive. The Northshire still being alive let him actually do more damage with Savage Roar, and now it counters Sylvanas. You know, if a small choice like that had such ridiculously large repercussions this game.
Oh, I know the play. You kill the 5/5, you get the Drake, you Nova, and you kill everything.
Yeah, that's the play if you get 1 and 3. Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
he does it. Well,
Wow.
I guess sometimes luck. You saw 1 full combo gone. I think from here on out, Cipher just needs to hope that his tempo sticks, but with the amount of healing that StrifeCro can get... Oh, wow, that 1 in 3 for StrifeCro was insane.
It was insane.
It was just nuts.
I kind of like the Tharson here. I mean, it's just bigger than the board, and it allows you to possibly play 3 things next turn.
Yeah, but Entomb and Death really punish you. I guess that's the one worry you have to have. Well, it's chosen. Again, more fuel for StrifeCro to stick on this board and never leave. Shrinkmeister
Well.
trade. You have the Holy Fire.
Yeah, you can do the Shrinkmeister trade and perhaps an Akonai ping on what's left over.
Or Holy Fire the other portion of the Holy Fire the other shredder? I don't know about that.
No, you don't want to activate 2 shredders because the amount of variance involved in that play can really kill you. I think if you Holy Fire, you have to Holy Fire first into a shredder.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's less likely that something good's going to come out here. Okay, sure. Yes.
It does attack heal. It's kind of okay.
I don't know if you want to heal.
You'd have to heal the Drake, because if Keeper of the Grove comes out, you lose your Drake.
Yeah, but you can just play Shrinkmeister and you just lose one of the
I guess you're right. It's the same outcome, or at least a similar one. Force of Nature, also a good card for Cipher. Ancient of Lore, of course. Oh wow, never mind. I was gonna say, of course, Ancient of Lore, of course, being the best because you draw.
It's the last one in the deck too. There's an innervate. There's a swipe. That doesn't really work very well.
I'd still use it, I think.
Well,
when else? I mean, it looks a bit clunky.
I think I'd trade with the shredder, and then if it's still worth it to swipe, let's swipe.
I mean, the thing is, the 5/5 you don't expect to see live, right? You see the 5/5, you think, well, Light Bomb, Death, Entomb, name it. That thing's probably gone.
Okay, well,
so the question
Cipher does go with the auto swipe and the very aggressive play. Oh
no
man,
more shrink for that.
That's when you regret the shrink again.
Yeah, never go full shrink. I mean, this is kind of the weakness of the Shrinkmeister Cabal combo, in that sometimes you get stuck with one of the 2 pieces on their own and they're not as good as you'd like them to. But when it works, it's such a crazy game swinger.
I think here you kill off the 5/5 by just attacking in and then Akonai pinging the 5/5 and then Velansing the Akonai, which is possibly suicide, but
yeah,
if that works, you'll win the game.
That looks like suicide to me, Crip.
Well, you're low
like
you can't kill both minions. You're on 13, so I mean, you're basically gonna lose if he gets a combo regardless.
I mean, you could go Akonai and, as you said, ping, trade whatever comes out. You could even balance the 3/1 and attack into the... Oh, my man. Goodness.
Alright.
It seems like this has been nothing but bad news.
That would have worked out so well if he did the other play, because he would have taken the Annoyatron with the Divine Shield with a Cabal next turn. It would have been amazing. If he did the other line of play, I think it was hard to actually stop, considering that
why attack the Annoyatron? Now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe not attacking it. I think it was like the default play. But it may not have been correct. If Cipher kills the Akonai, he's playing around circle pretty hard. Yeah, I still think StrifeCro is in this. Just based on this. Oh, wow. Yes, that's a great draw for him.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still quite a climb left for StrifeCro.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, the Skeleton Knight is potentially infinite value.
I think in this deck, it might be. You've already played the Northshire, the Chow. Like, the Druid's already seen 2 Ancients of Lore. There's a Dr. Boom left. So there is potential infinite value, but there's also, a dude looking to snipe 7 attack or more minions.
Yeah, that's probably the Cypher's deck here.
Yeah.
I guess you can just play the Thalnos to redraw. The Thalnos is the highest tempo play, actually.
So here you just Cabal that Annoyatron and kill the Emperor. You heal yourself, I guess.
You kill the Emperor?
Wait, how much how much does the Shrink have as max health? I think you might heal it to keep the Shrink alive. I think it's at 6 max, right?
Yep, that's right.
So 7 on board. Looking for a little bit more from Cipher.
Oh,
Picks up
there's the Dr. Boom.
Yeah, that's a rough one. But StrifeCro still has Entombs in the deck. He hasn't used a single one yet. There's still a Light Bomb as well. And the Death. Yeah,
And the
and
light
the Nova
bombs,
as
right?
well almost solves the problem. You can use the 5-1 to attack Boom, then Nova. Doesn't mean you keep the board, but never mind.
5-1's down.
Yep. Make the trade. That's 4-5, or attack and let the Boom bots do the job if things go wrong.
Yeah, I think you just go face here.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to because you have still Druid of the Claw left.
Well, no, actually,
Charge.
there's no answer for your Dr. Boom right now. Because the card in his hand is Museum Curator. So, if Dr. Boom doesn't have an answer, you probably have lethal next turn anyway. So you might want to play around a potential Holy Nova draw.
What could that Death Rattle be that just ruins you? Abomination's not it. Yeah, I mean Abomination could.
Abomination is it, actually.
Like, you attack Dr. Boom and you just A-bomb. The thing is, you take 2 in the process. Oh,
There's the
wow.
death.
You know, things never stop. Never stop going wrong. The thing is,
I think I would attack a Boombot with a 1-2, possibly take some damage. Oh. Okay.
yeah, he's
Cipher with the nod is like, high-fiving his Boombot there.
I mean, technically StrifeCro's on 1 health, right? Let's get real. But this Boombot is very likely to just sacrifice itself and win the game. It's a 50-50 to hit face for probably more than needed.
Yeah, if he gets 2 damage, it's over.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's just over now. Straight up over.
Oh, that Priest from StrifeCro is going to go up against the Warlock, which I'm personally pretty excited about.
Well, it might not.
I
StrifeCro
hope
might
so.
switch to a different deck, and
He still has to win.
might not win with it.
Oh,
But
come
Cipher
on.
being really, really dominant here. Definitely on the favorable side of matchups and plays, I think. I think StrifeCro may have underestimated how behind he was in that game. I think if he did actually make the Suicide Akanai Soul Priest play, I think he would have won. Because he
Yeah,
would
because
have.
he was able to stabilize right then and there.
He would
Instead-
stabilize right there, and he did draw the only thing that actually challenged his board going forward was the Dr. Boom draw, but he drew the death anyway. That. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely some very, very tough turns and and some very tough decisions all throughout. But that's the one thing that I think if StrifeCro did differently, he could have won that game. I think everything else was out of his control.
Yeah, I mean, the Inogatron was a little unfortunate, but that's exactly the type of outcome that you're trying to avoid by going for a play like the one you highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, Warlock, Reno Warlock from Cipher, it's a great deck, but it's also, like, it's slow enough that in a mirror match, you should be able to win the long game, and he's playing Jiraxxus. However, he also plays Senjin, which is a very... And StrifeCro is running 0 aggro. So the heavy anti-aggro tech from the Reno Warlock might prove to be a downside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will see. I actually think StrifeCro might be running. Oh, now that I see the Emperor, I don't remember seeing Force of Nature in StrifeCro's deck. That's why I was thinking it might actually be a more aggressive list.
That's interesting, actually. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, but with the Emperor, I think Emperor goes hand in hand with Force of Nature. I think you cannot run Emperor without Force. So.
You know, it's Reno. How much is the thing is Living Roots is good to get minions on the board to force a coil. The thing is you want to force a coil on turn 2, where he otherwise would life tap naturally.
Okay, well, Zombie
the
Chow is a
only
bit better than
difference.
Coil here.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Wild Growth puts you on 4, which lets you innervate out an Emperor, which I like a lot.
Yeah. It does mean the Shade plays into Hellfire straight afterwards, but the thing is, like, if you play Wild Growth and the Zombie Chow start chipping away at your 1/1s, it means the Zombie Chow is alive when the Emperor's played, which means Dark Bomb with the Zombie Chow kills it, so you really don't always get what you want, and maybe just innervating Shade now is better, and Wild Growthing later, because the Shade is protected against Hellfire, dies to Demon Wrath on the coin, but that also kills the Chow. It's just...
I just think if you waste Innervate here, you're overall going to come out of this game a bit too slowly, because if you Innervate here, you can't really Wild Growth the turn after. And then you can't Emperor. So if you Innervate here, you're like behind 2 turns.
Well, you would
if
play
you
Wild
Growth here, yeah, if you Wild Growth here, you're only behind 1 turn. So that's kind of what I'm saying, right?
Well, I guess we may see the Shade, but the Emperor, that's the problem right now, is the Emperor does nothing, right? It just dies to the board. And because you don't have Ancient of Lore in hand, it's kind of pointless. So Shade is
I'd like the
kind
Shade.
of a mandatory play.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, maybe it's not mandatory.
You might
Just innervate it now and try to curve.
Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. There are a few punishes here, but not really any great ones.
Yeah, and I think they're also punishing both players at once.
Yeah.
So
unless the Mad Bomber tech shows up.
Please no. Lord no. Oh, StrifeCro. Nice pickup there with the Druid of the Claw.
It is pretty nice, but how do you play this out? Do you consider attacking with a Shade, playing in taunt mode, just so you have like the highest amount of stats? If you do charge, you lose versus a lot of stuff. Oh, it looks like keeping it stealth is what else to do.
You're praying that there is no Hellfire either way. Like Hellfire Coil is a pretty big problem, but otherwise I think you're in a good spot. Like if you can just dodge some of the big taunts from the enemy, you might be able to push enough damage. You have to find Ancient of Lore though, I think. It's just necessary at this stage. Okay.
Ooh.
Emperor push for 8.
Yep.
I mean, if there's Shadow Flame...
I think in this matchup, the moves are so simplistic because, I mean, Druid, not always, but a lot of the time you just play on curve, you just play your biggest thing. We had a lot of decision-making with the ramp earlier, but outside of those turns, it's just you play what you have. And against any Reno deck, I think you just don't play around, especially multi-card answers, like you're talking about, like Hellfire, Mortal Coil. I mean, there's one of each of those. You just don't care. Like if he's got it, he's got it. If he doesn't have it, oh well. Guess he'll win, right?
Yeah, it's a deck that has too many tools, and I think that's the big issue, right, with facing off against Reno decks is you know the range of things that are possible. Like you can automatically exclude stuff like Stone Skin Gargoyle, but like everything else goes pretty much. And there's so many tools in the Warlocks, you know, just the class cards on their own, that it's almost impossible to figure out what you're looking for. So he's not stealthing the Shade.
Twisting Nether is gonna get ready for that Shade. It's gonna be stealth, like 9/9.
3 turns from now. Oh no. That's gonna be so sad. When/if it happens.
All right. Well, Cipher no longer has the coin. He can't Siphon Soul the Emperor, and that is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, right now I think StrifeCro is considering drawing with the Drake just because Emperor trigger happens again. And if he picks up a Wrath, he's in a great spot. Because he can just start cycling. Like he can pop the Slime and maybe trade. Yeah, maybe the card draw from the Drake is worth a lot here.
Yeah, Wrath is worth a lot here. Also, Living Roots is worth a lot. Nothing else, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is,
else. You're looking at 3 outs.
A piece of the combo is good too. You're not going to use it necessarily right now, but it is something that you reduce the cost of to maybe take your opponent off guard.
3 outs with like 20 cards remaining, though, is actually not very good. It's like 15%. I think you're better off just off grooming. I think it'd be a good play if you just had fewer cards in your deck. But
yeah, I guess. I mean,
it's just too much of an outside chance. And I do like the Doctrine.
I mean, you didn't see Shadow Flame, right? So you assume now that the Shade is at 4 Shadow Flame, it would have been played when all your minions were on 4. So it's a safe assumption to say everything's probably going to stick around. So trade Stalag into the 5/2 Siphon Soul Dr. Boom. Wow, that just doesn't feel good. Is that really the play he's going to have to make? I think the Coil with Dark Bomb's better. Like you trade Stalag and Boom, Dark Bomb it, and Coil trade Slime into the 5/2.
I see.
And that leaves you with 3 mana. You play him Gang Boss or Earthen Ring. Oh well, that works too.
Yeah, it seems to be good enough still. Another Drake. Well, I think you have to play the 4 mana as your Drake because that increases the amount of options you might have considerably.
So here's a question. Do you think we'll get to see a Twisting Nether take out that Shade, or will StrifeCro eventually commit to attacking with it? Because now that you saw...
I think you might be attacking with it right now.
Yeah, like pre-BGH, you've seen Siphon Soul, pre-Twisting Nether. There's got to be the play, right?
Yeah, I think so. 6 damage is just too much not to cash in.
Wow, look at that. Cipher's in such a problematic spot here.
Mm-hmm. Well, he just has to hold out until Twisting Nether, but that's easier said than done.
Definitely. Do you think... I feel like maybe playing the Drake for 5 might have been okay. Botheb, you can weave it in on 9 with the other Drake. Alright, so he's going to be cycling here, trying to find refreshment vendor.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, but it's also pretty scary. But you have to do it.
No, you don't. You can wait until next turn for Twisting Nether. You don't have to do it.
So you play Earthen Ring?
Yeah, you play Earthen Ring over a Imp King boss because Imp King boss is not so good when Twisting Nethered.
Yeah, if you Hellfire, you go down to 15, so you're 11 with the Boombot hitting you for 4.
Yeah, actually,
so
if you Hellfire, you don't really gain anything.
Yeah, you just lose as much health as you're preventing, so you might as well... slightly slight difference, but not enough.
Yeah, I think the Farseers is the best play here. Oh, he does go for the Hellfire. I guess he really doesn't want to Twisting Nether.
He's got a Reno. Right?
Yeah, I think he just really doesn't want a Twisting Nether, that's all.
2 mana, 1 mana off, 2 mana off lethal for StrifeCro. Drake Swipe, and Innervate is lethal, right? Savage Roar as well. Was it? No, close enough, but not quite. Alright, playing around Reno here. It's going to give his opponent the opportunity to stabilize, but look at that. Swipe Hero Power is lethal
It's still lethal to Swipe Hero Power next turn, so this is by far the best play.
Yeah, there's no way the Cipher can win this unless he taps into Reno. And I doubt he will, unless he recognizes that there's no way he can win with the Twisting Nether. Like, he dies to Swipe, he's dead to Drill Claw number 2. Force of Nature kills him. Savage Roar almost does, with Keeper of the Grove as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many combinations of lethals if you're Twisting Nether.
He can, oh no, he can't. No, he can't tap into...
Defender. Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, I was thinking he might be able to tap into a Molten Giant, but he can't Argus 2 minions, so he still dies.
Alright, he tries his best, but...
yeah, you can't blame him for that at all. That certainly seems to be the most likely way to stay alive. Okay, StrifeCro takes a point. It is not going to be a sweep this time.
And we're going to see the Priest. I'm calling it. I want to see the Priest Warlock matchup. I just keep saying that it's going to come out, but it never does. I think StrifeCro thinks... I mean, I wonder if he's just queuing up his worst matchups first. We've talked about Conquest and the way that it plays out.
Well, StrifeCro is definitely one of the players that doesn't really get phased at all from being behind. Just doesn't really matter for him at all. So I would totally see that as a fairly legitimate strategy. Now he has his own Warlock. I am curious. This is like new-ish handlock versus new-est handlock, right?
Yeah, Reno being some kind of... It feels like a twist on handlock, even though it isn't, right? Like, it always feels like you're playing the same way, even when you're not.
Okay, well, StrifeCro's deck will be more consistent, but I think the raw power of the deck is probably higher in Cipher's case. I'm thinking, maybe that's not even the case.
I mean, the Giants are really massive. Like, the Giants in StrifeCro's deck... Did he throw away Reno? He did. Doesn't feel like Giants hitting him in the face for 8 are a big problem.
Well, Reno is not really a very powerful card. I think often when you die in this matchup, it's getting hit in the face for way too much damage.
8. Yeah, exactly.
8.
You can't really...
Usually.
Like 8, another 8, another 8. All right, we're done.
Yeah. All right, well, looks like StrifeCro is bringing his lucky pillow.
What? Oh, I think he's just not comfortable on the desk. The desk is kind of pushing back. Okay.
Well,
all right.
StrifeCro might might do a demonstration here. He might do like a play a tournament, sleep hybrid. Yep.
He's rocking back and forth.
This
Comfort.
basically counts as exhibition art, by the way. It counts.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. It's very artistic.
I'm not sure I heard that right. So if Cipher goes, like the MC tech is an interesting addition because it's usually in that deck as a kind of pseudo AoE against many other archetypes. One of the things is that it's also pretty good against handblock in some cases. It doesn't look like it necessarily, but it sometimes just gives you
the main thing is the main thing is that I think it's just pretty good against like the Molten Wall. Like if they Molten Wall you and you take a Molten and you have like a Shadow Flame, suddenly you get a giant smile on your face.
Literally a giant smile?
Yeah, giant smile.
So I guess we're going to start seeing some Watcher setup. I mean, with the Defender already there, it's just the next.
He's gonna Watcher, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like a double Watcher turn to me. I mean, what else is like? What is Cipher gonna do? Kill them? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true.
Cipher's looking at this like, oh no, I know what's coming, and I don't want it.
Wailing Soul. Yeah.
Oh man, new metagame. Although the new statue makes me want to try out a druid with that. Like I haven't had much success with it. Like the 7/7.
The new statue's pretty bad.
Yeah. I got the statue in my sights. I'm like, oh come on, stop that.
All right. So many possibilities is right. It is accurate. 30 different possibilities with this deck. Finally, Gul'dan is spot on in his thinking emote.
Yeah, you should actually, like when you play Reno in your deck, it should say too many possibilities, because it's really too many sometimes. And that's what I like and dislike about the deck, is that you have to keep every card in mind to play around stuff they have. And the thing is, because it's all equally likely that they have it, you can't even say, oh yeah, I should play around this. You just play around nothing. Like it's almost, you can play around AoE because there's a lot of redundancy in it, but otherwise, it's anyone's guess. Well,
it feels like the coil is pretty strong here. You're not really in any rush, and you have a ton of board clears. And it's not like a Reno Lock is going to try to burn you down. It's like 0 chance of that. So I would not have minded a more passive play.
Yeah. What about the? I mean, the Definitive Argus here. What it does is it forces the board to be traded away, so it acts as a kind of AoE. But what it also does is it guarantees you're going to get another imp from the M-Gang boss, which you can then coil on 5, then tap, maybe play Dark Bomb on something, so you're curving out with the Dark Bomb. Assuming he even plays them, I don't remember. I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't have them, but it is a quote-unquote typical hand lock.
Alright, well, Cipher goes for the clear. Good stuff. There's the first Molten. Pretty useless. I think I'd go for a coil on the imp here, just to see if there can, if we can acquire a different possibility.
Yeah, it looks like a possibility for 2 turns from now, but it's definitely a possibility. And this is kind of this is exactly the setup that the Watcher gave you, and this is why I think the double Watcher turn, even though it telegraphed something, was still the better, like the better one. So Cipher, again, has to make up his mind. I feel like just Fugan coming out, it's just alright. It's a 4/7. You haven't even played style yet.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong ever with that. Usually you want to play the Belcher to guard a minion that has already made a good attack. Fugan is a minion that is likely to do that. Like if StrifeCro plays the Drake here, Fugan can slam into the Drake, and then you can taunt in front of Fugan so Fugan doesn't die.
Yeah, so you can silence off that 4/9 first to kill it. I mean, the thing is, you're getting your Fugan down to 3, which means Hellfire would punish you. But to Hellfire, if he Hellfires, that is, he only is taking like a Stalag and an Owl and a bit more than half of a Belcher. I mean, a bit less. That's not that great.
It seems like the Owl is probably the best use on a Drake. I was just thinking if you ever want to save silence for like a Void Caller or a Mal'Ganis or something, but 8 health off a battle cry is in the pretty good range.
Yeah, the thing is, I really like the idea of tapping. Like, I might have not played Belcher. You know, Owl, trade, tap. Like, I think the tap was worth a lot, even though you're a bit off curve, because you are playing a deck that's looking to find answers.
He gets his own Dr. Boom.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer to Dr. Boom.
It's actually not. Playing the second Dr. Boom sucks.
But it's pretty good when you can kill the one on the board with what you already have. But
One
yeah,
of the worst feelings ever.
You're
It's like specifically when they go first and play Dr. Boom and you are waiting to play Dr. Boom on turn 7.
oh yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm getting ready to do this. You're super primed, and then nope.
That's like showing up to a party and someone else is wearing the same thing you're wearing. Yep. It's a fashion nightmare.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'd do in that case. Probably just leave the party, go home, and play Hearthstone.
Yeah, that is.
And hope I get to play Dr. Boom first.
Yeah. All right. Well, Siphon Soul is okay here.
Yeah, I guess it's all right. I felt like maybe attacking with Stalag and the Owl into a 7/7 and Demon Wrathing is fine. The problem is you're really not getting any initiative out of that play.
Yeah, I have very poor follow-up play with that.
Exactly. I'm sure there's an argument to be made for it, but it's pretty tough. He's doing it. All right. So he's playing the Ooze free Jiraxxus.
Yeah, I guess the Ooze is not getting too much value most of the time. Like, do you see Jiraxxus?
Ooze? What? No.
Yeah, but do you really see Jiraxxus very much in this matchup? Like, the thing is, you play Jiraxxus and you get like Shadow Flamed, and then you're just screwed.
You're dead anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the 3/2 is good. I just feel like the 3/2 here did so little work. Like, I'd rather see MC Tech, almost. It's more likely that I get Ooze value than MC Tech if the Warlock plays without overextending too much.
Well, we might see an early Jiraxxus from StrifeCro's Void Caller here.
Yeah, in which case the Ooze was in fact all right, but I think Dr. Boom is just going to be slammed down. Yeah, you get a good turn, right? Worst case scenario, what happens? Shadow Flame, the Voidwalker after a PO, but even that's fine.
Ooh, all right.
Okay, that looks like a really big turn for StrifeCro.
It does look like a pretty big turn.
You attack with the Void Caller into the slime. You Hellfire, get a demon out. The boom bots. The thing is, the Void Caller dies first, right? Yeah. Because you might be able to go, you know, Hellfire, then get hit in the face with boom bots, and then BGH comes out. But if the Void Caller triggers first and a demon comes out, that's kind of unfortunate. So you may have to Hellfire first in order to force the boom bots to trigger the Void Caller themselves.
4 and 3. Ouch.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, you can
double
actually.
Giant.
You can just play one giant and then Defender of Argus, so your Doomguard doesn't die to the Dr. Boom.
If he plays 4 minions, that MC Tech keep from Cipher was pretty clutch. I wonder if StrifeCro is going to play into it at all.
Oh my, it's happening.
One of them. Just one. Just the one.
What?
Twisting Nether is a thing.
That's
Twisting
right.
Nether is a thing. He may not be playing around MC Tech, but he may be playing around Twisting Nether.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I think you're correct on that. We haven't seen MC Tech. I don't think it's that likely. I mean, it's pretty likely. I think most Reno locks do have MC Tech, but I think a bigger board clear is the higher risk.
Yeah, and this is a really good turn for Cipher as well. He picks up, you know, a way to kill the 4/2 and gets the Siphon Soul the first giant. But what does that mean for StrifeCro? He can play Giant, Healbot, Defender. I mean, hell, at this point, I mean, never mind the Defender. You just don't need it. But you can play the Molten before you go for Jiraxxus, so you're still good.
So many possibilities.
Maybe no Healbot even, just Defender straight up. Or,
Straight up
you know,
Jiraxxus.
yeah. Where's your Ooze now?
Yeah, and that 3 damage is going to amount quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I feel like Jiraxxus is not something that I expect to be amazing in a mirror match with Warlocks, but somehow it always throws the game like in someone's favor, just massively.
Well, on this turn, the heal bot is better than Jirax's.
Oh yeah, by
So
one shot.
you might just play that.
What about tap?
Basically, you have to tap. No, you have to tap. It's not.
Yeah, you tap, you play Emperor, and then you. Nah, you don't play Emperor. I was gonna say Emperor Sun Fury, but you're dead to Owl, you're dead to Shadow Flame. Bedlar is cute, but that's all he is.
Yeah.
Soulfire Pio. Actually, Pio or Soulfire can kill that Doomguard. Pio being the best, obviously. Goldshire Footman is alright. Can't believe I'm saying that, but
Yeah, the options are definitely very, very few right now.
yeah,
Looks like he's just gonna go with the standard heal bot taunt play.
yeah.
Don't blame him for this one.
Well, he thinks he's dead. Is he right? So Iron Beak Dark Bomb
No, he's-
kill. So that's.
Oh yeah, he is dead. He is dead. He's
He is
exactly
dead indeed.
Oh no, he has a silence
StrifeCro.
too. He has 3 over lethal.
Yeah, he's way
18
way over what he
damage.
needs. Cipher knew it. Yep, Cipher did in fact know that he was dead.
And it does come down to what you wanted. It is going to be the final match of the at least today's final.
Yeah.
StrifeCro's
I'm
Priest
happy.
versus Cipher's Reno Lock. I'm surprised to see the Reno Lock struggle so much. I mean, it's a deck that is inconsistent, but it's consistently good.
It's just so bad against Handlock because, like, unlike Melee Lock, you're not playing Burst to face, right? Like, you're not playing any of that, right? You're not trying to kill somebody with Soulfires and Dark Bombs and Hellfires. You're just waiting to
Hey, just there.
grind them out. But you can't grind out, you know, Giants and Drakes with singles. Like, you need double BGH, you need a lot of POs, Shadow Flames, a Sylvanas that's well placed. Like, Senjin Tech, he's playing as an anti-aggro one, is just useless. And what's interesting is we're going to see a similar, I think, scenario where Cipher is trying to play the control game against the Priest. And I don't see that going necessarily very well for the Reno Lock.
Wait, I have another thing I just realized.
Go ahead.
We've not seen a circle heal in StrifeCro's deck.
No, I think a lot of people have been cutting those. Funny enough, like it has been cut by a lot of people when they're not, because if they're playing Justicar with Alkanite, that's justification enough.
Okay.
Very often, it's just a preference, though. I don't necessarily think it's
Oh man,
mandatory inclusion anymore.
This might be the most juiced up museum curator the world has ever seen.
Don't touch that. Whoa,
Oh, Dark
Stalag,
Cultist.
take that Stalag and never look
Oh
back.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Stalag is amazing.
I
If
mean,
he gets a kill on the Fugan, he gets his
Yeah.
own little Thaddeus. But the Dark Cultist is really tempting here.
I mean, do you care with Velen? Do you care with Cultist? That's the big question. I mean,
Oh,
StrifeCro is
StrifeCro realized
laughing.
it.
He's like, what stupid thing can I do here? You can do a lot of stupid things, StrifeCro, and I will fully support it. Go, take the Stalag. Oh, well, you know what?
Runs.
He's being logical about it. He's like, I get 3 2/2s after he wipes my board.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. We're like,
I
take
thought more of
Stalag or
StrifeCro.
Cultist. And StrifeCro's like, nah, I'm just gonna take the runs.
All right. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he needed the Dark Cultist. I think the Stalag doesn't have a huge chance to work. But okay, well punished.
No!
Get wrecked.
Unbelievable, and out comes the few games for Cipher. I am so bummed out. I'm hoping we get to see
That's
another
awesome.
museum curator bring out the Stalag. That's all I want to see.
All right.
Oh man.
Well, what's it gonna be from Cipher here? He has the Imp King boss. He can't tap here, so he's got to play something. It is gonna be Imp King boss.
Yeah, StrifeCro gets a really good turn for Elise, but it also means that he can, if he wants, he can just shrink this, not take any damage, but the problem is he still can't kill it. So Elise looks to be,
Well, he can kill it with the another Velen's Chosen.
yeah, and then I guess there's, yeah, I mean, I feel like if you do that, you're just hoping there's never an owl ever, but if there is, now that you picked up Sylvanas, it might still work out in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
What an
Cipher
interesting
gets
game this
GG.
is. So, Implosion with a trade.
I feel like
Demon
this.
Wrath works. Senjin is fine, I think.
I feel like StrifeCro's been playing his Shrinkmeisters very aggressively, and I think in this specific matchup,
Possibilities.
it's probably one of the most valuable cards because the game is just so slow-paced. Oh wow, correct.
But Cipher here, I think what he wants is just to put everything into Demon Wrath range. He didn't play Senjin because Senjin plays into Nova just perfectly for StrifeCro, which is a little unfortunate for Cipher that he rolled. Like, he made the play, I think that was the best one, and still got punished. But yeah, like as you said, the Shrinkmeister Cabal in this matchup worth a lot more than as a 3/2.
Yeah, I mean you can even take like a Fugan. That's pretty nice. You can take.
Oh,
the
that's
Twilight
probably why he
Drakes.
didn't take it, right? You just take Fugan after StarLadder was killed by your death, and you still get Thaddeus.
He could have got more.
Got 2 Thaddiuses. The Thaddeus? Thaddeus?
I like that eye.
Thaddeus good. I like that.
All right. Well, I think you have to play the Velens here. You can play the Velens on Elise to take out the Imp King boss.
Take out. You just go face. Look at that damage.
You think so?
Yeah, I like it.
Must consider.
I mean, I can steal that Imp Gang boss with Cabal next turn, worst case scenario.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Just like, I'm liking that 8 damage to face, and question mark, do you have Reno?
Yeah, you're totally right.
But
No,
maybe
he is
take
going to go
this.
for trade though. But I think I like your face play better. Like, what really can go wrong? Even your heal had value because Elise was
This
missing.
curator is just going completely ham. I mean, what is this? Does he have to coin Siphon Soul to deal with this and surrender the... I feel like I see Fuga.
No, the coin Doctor Boom is so much more valuable. I like Fugan a lot more.
He's doing it, I think.
Wow.
You make it a map, you make it a monkey, but you're not getting more imps.
Okay. I believe we'll see Sylvanas here. Oh.
No, I like
That's
the
an
Wobbling
interesting one.
runs, man.
Oh, the runs. That's right.
Yeah, the runs. We have to play the runs.
But no, the thing is, you don't have an answer for a big minion right now. So
Okay.
I kind of like Sylvanas more than the runs.
But think about the children.
I don't think they're kids. I think they're just little evil dudes.
I mean, I heard you don't get them very often in Arena, which is probably why I
I've
haven't
been
seen
runted in Arena, and it was the worst feeling ever. I was
Yeah, it's
at,
like Gash, Nash, Nush, like the random...
Oh no!
dudes.
It was something like we were in top deck mode, but I had what is it?
Consider.
I forget what it's called. Flame Lance.
Okay.
I was at like 2
That's so
HP,
bad.
and he played runs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The worst
Oh, no, it's
feeling
right.
in the world.
Okay. Well, if he kills the runs, he can MC tech. We can share the runs. I don't think that's the play though.
And share the runs. I don't mind sharing runs. I mean, you can play Senjin. You just Dark Bomb the Curator, double trade, and Senjin. And then later you can take the runs. And I think this is actually going to be a bit of an issue. The Cipher has the option of either using Demon Wrath to kill the runs or steal something after he pops the
Okay, that's
The
fun.
potential for shenanigans has increased.
Substantially.
How many shenanigans can you cram into this turn? Because you can steal Senjin next turn, right? With Cabal.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much of a priority to kill Senjin here. I think developing Sylvanas just has to happen though. It's gonna get a bit crushed by that Demon Wrath, but
For the map?
you
Think
want to
about
map as
that.
soon as
I
possible?
have no
I don't
time
know
for
about that.
games.
I like maps.
Just maps in general, or just that
Yeah,
one?
like in general, I'm a pretty big fan of maps.
Okay.
Yeah, maps are cool.
Yeah, I guess. I guess they're cool.
Fun with maps.
Fun with Doctor Boom is what I like, but that Sylvanas is really a pain here. I think you do have to Demon
What about
Wrath.
Demon Wrath trade, yeah. I think it's all right. But now you're committing to stealing those runs.
I guess.
You're
One of them.
convinced. Yeah, one of the runs. I like these guys. I forget their names though. They're supposed to. Like initially, I think when I went to BlizzCon, like I looked at their names and they were just called runs. And now in game they have like custom names like Gash, Gush, like I don't even know, but
Yeah.
it's just silly names.
What? No instantaneous monkey draw?
Well, it's happening next turn, so don't worry about it.
You think so?
Oh, it is.
I would guess it'll be in roughly 11 turns.
You have no idea.
All right.
And he just ruined everything because he threw the Zombie Chow, which could have been a Deathwing. Or a Confessor Peltros.
All right. He doesn't
I'm
actually
telling
have
you.
a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, how much is that? He's looking at 7, 8, 9 damage. If he picks up an Akanai off the top, that's a lot. If you
I'm
pick up
wondering if you
Akanai,
should
would you
invest much in
consider... Sorry, what?
I'm wondering if you should invest much here.
Yeah, it looks risky to do so, but... Caballing a Boombot is not worth it, since you have Shrink and you can steal so many good things. Long live the runs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just the card's quite handy.
Yeah, it's a really solid card to find.
You should kill a Boombot here, though.
Welcome to the grand.
There's no drawback to it, really. I mean, you're still healing up your run to 7. So, never mind the MC tech.
Yeah, seems pretty difficult to pull off.
Oh man, if that Belcher's played. The thing with the thing with the Cabal Shrink is that if you steal something, you're committing 2 extra minions, stealing 1, so you're at 3. So if you even had 1 on the board, then MC tech is enabled, and that minion might just wobble back and forth between you two.
I guess that could be.
I mean, yeah.
One of the big deciders in this game is actually going to be where this Boombot's going to land with his Death Rattle. If he ends up killing the 6-3, it's actually going to be in pretty good shape. Because the runts, while they are very hard to deal with, they don't really pose much of a threat.
And now StrifeCro regrets everything. He had a chance. Is he gonna steal this? I don't think so.
Yeah, he really will, I think. Oh. Oh.
Wow, okay. As it turns out,
Brutal.
yeah, that is rough. That is really rough.
Let me change your.
But now look at that. MC Tech can be played. Right? This is exactly the situation I was talking about. Like, when you play, you have 1 minute on the board, Shrink Cabal is played, MC Tech suddenly gets value, and you can follow it up with something else.
Mm-hmm.
StrifeCro's play was obviously perfect. Like, there's nothing else to do here. You wouldn't stop committing stuff, because with the amount of cards the Warlock has, you can't really afford it. But now MC Tech followed by...
Well, there's a lot of burst there is the thing. With Holy Fire and the board being quite sizable, if MC Tech fails here, you're gonna have to commit.
Well, you can
to
play
a
Giant Sun Fury, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but is that really that much? Like, if he
Oh, it's pretty
steals the
good.
2-attack minion, is he dead? No, he's at 2.
The 3 attack. He doesn't want the 2/8 he wants because he can always Sun Fury.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't want to.
What he doesn't want is the 3/2 because that would be an issue.
That would be an issue.
Yeah, because then Holy Nova Death is. I mean, would you just consider going for Twisting Nether? Like, to hell with, because you can play Twisting Nether into Peddler, go Reno the next turn, save the game no matter what. I think it's almost too risky not to do this.
Well, it is going to be another turn. The runs have been unleashed. And if StrifeCro plays just 1 card, MC Tech will be live.
Voidwalker, pretty sweet to deny some burst. Northshire, not what you're looking for. If that had been Akanai, that was really close to a kill, but... It's kind of unfortunate that he can't heal anything with the Northshire. It's a rare case, but... happens. Rascally Runt.
Yeah,
There we go.
the Willy Runt and the
Grumbly
Grumbly
Runt.
Runt.
Yeah.
Well, I'd send in the Rascally Runt personally. That guy looks like he's a bit too mischievous.
Yeah, this little truant guy, just like threw him in.
But I think there's some chance that Cipher will not get an MC tech. I think StrifeCro will trade, and I think he will not play the Northshire without triggering a minion heal.
I mean, if he finds Golden Monkey at any point, right? Like, it's still in his deck, so using the Northshire without the draw is surrendering the potential for a bunch of legendaries, which doesn't seem like a good idea. You've seen Twisting Nether. The only thing that could come out is a mix of Hellfires and Shadow Flame on a big minion.
Well, there's Jiraxxus. You can actually Molten Giant Jiraxxus, which is pretty nice. But is it really time to do that? I feel like you can get a lot of mileage out of Reno Jackson before Jirax.
Yeah, usually that's how you play the game, right? You just tap here, then maybe you go Molten, then you play Reno.
And then taunt him up.
And then taunt. Well, yeah, you can taunt them up and play Voidwalker, depending on whether or not you think Cabal is going to be coming out.
We're gonna be rich.
But yeah, like, this Reno
Gonna
here
be
is
rich.
doing so much.
It is, but this might
Where
just
is
shut down the
Entomb?
aggression, and then you won't want to Jiraxxus for a while. So it's still a bit tricky to say.
Honestly, Holy Nova here for StrifeCro would be absolutely amazing. Just the ability to draw off the Northshire, especially with this Voidwalker coming out right now. Holy Nova would be absolutely stellar.
Well, that's still not bad.
What a weird turn again. But yeah, this draw here with the Golden Monkey possibly, I can't wait. Because I have no doubt that we'll see Golden Monkey. I don't know how good it'll be, but I have no doubt that it has to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Crip, I know. I know you don't believe.
I don't know if I like that attack. I think it would have attacked with the 2/2 guy first. Because you attack with the 2/2 guy first.
He wants to find Nova,
you can-
right?
Yeah, but if you get a Nova, then... Oh, those are terrible.
Where is the monkey? I feel like Blizzard messed up the algorithm because the 3 times I've played it, the monkey was at the last card.
Yeah, that's why
Every time.
I don't think it's really
Like, I am
good.
so bummed out by Elise. It seems like the Golden Monkey is just always lurking down at the bottom of the deck. The seeding is not properly done.
Okay. Well, playing another Deathlord here might be a bit of an issue, but if you have 4 minions, you actually play around MC Tech by going to 5. But in that case, you'd probably want to play the Zombie Chow over it. That's
Yeah, the Shadow Flame is a possibility after attacking to the Deathlord. That seems like a really solid play, right? Unless you really want to steal something first. I guess you're never going to get MC Tech otherwise. I just really like attack, Shadow Flame, Belcher.
Yeah,
As boring as it is.
I think I like the
We're
MC
going to
Tech.
steal the runs. Yeah, we did it.
God.
Oh, the dream is alive. I told you, Crip.
Well, you can do the Shadow Flame play still, and then you can Farseer the Runt.
Yeah, what you can't do is heal a minion, because then you're giving your opponent card draw.
Well,
You
can
know
have
there's a
Shadow
monkey.
Flame.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't start healing stuff while he's on the board. Oh, that's useless.
Well, that gets rid of another minion. I was gonna say gets rid of the Runt, but actually gets rid of the 3/3, which is half decent.
Yeah, I mean, the hero power is really solid from StrifeCro. The thing is, he needs to calculate what's left in his deck, the odds of getting the monkey, and how many cards he's going to get out of it. Because the monkey is the way you win this match. It's a 4-mana 6/6 with taunt, which is a really big deal. Because usually you think about all the legendaries, but the body itself is on its own a really good reason to play it. Now, this is a bit annoying for Cipher. Wow.
I think Cypher's issue is his deck is just very passive, and he's drawn a lot of cards already. So he just wants to get like the maximum mileage out of each card that he still has against his priest.
Knowing full well that there's a monkey.
Yeah. Well, the only way to really seal out the game in a speedy fashion is to aggressively play Jiraxxus, which I think he's basically chosen not to do. several times now.
He's going to take 5 damage from this. He doesn't really care since he hopes the coil gets something out that's going to deal with this Akanai. But it does not. Whoa. Iron Beak came out of the deck.
Yeah.
That cannot feel good. That
No.
simply can't feel good. And that's
StrifeCro is
clear, right?
still in a worse spot.
Well, no, he could Holy Fire the Belcher, take damage, attack the 1-2, and kill the 2-1. And he keeps the Akanai alive.
Yeah, I guess he could.
You don't seem
but-
sold on the idea.
No, I'm not sold on the idea. Oh, StrifeCro is
Alright.
sold on the idea. He has a smile on his face, which means he's doing something that yeah, he hasn't done too much of before.
Like taking Stalag out of a Museum Curator.
No, like playing Holy Fire while taking 5 damage.
Yeah, he's never done the Stalag thing.
I mean,
Alright.
when you're choosing to deal damage to yourself with Holy Fire rather than healing, it's like you Pyroblast yourself for 0 mana. Right? That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's a good way to I like that. It's a nice way to put it. Now, StrifeCro has Entomb. Entomb here is useless. He's got a Light Bomb to deal with a 6. Oh,
That's really
God.
good.
What could that give him? I don't even know what's left in Cypher's deck. There's no Doctor.
Select.
Let it happen.
There's another ooze!
What? The dream! Oh no! Oh, StrifeCro with a smile on his face. Yeah, that'll teach you to Draxus me. Happy Feast of Wintervale, says the Pillow Man. I think
Yeah.
he feels pretty happy.
Yeah, I'd be pretty
Yeah.
happy on that one.
Yeah, see, he did throw Harrison Jones, but who needs it? Unbelievable. And look at that, as soon as Cipher decides to start taunting up, Light Bomb can start slowing down the pace of, the amount of minions he's got. StrifeCro can find probably an Entomb at some stage.
The Light Bomb might have to come down right now, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's pretty good though, right? Like it's, you kill an Emperor, you kill a 2-3.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh!
Does that change anything?
No, probably not. I think you have to take
Nah.
it next turn.
I mean, you could
Well,
do it.
maybe.
You could go Cabal, steal it, and then just delay the Light Bomb until he commits another Infernal and possibly more minions.
Yeah.
I think that would be, because what else are you going to steal ever?
Well, you
That-
do have
that-
another Shrinkmeister.
Oh,
How many cards
yeah,
is
that's
that?
right.
8 cards? 3
9
cards.
cards.
9.
Cypher's fatiguing really soon, and he's got an Ooze which does nothing and dies to Light Bomb. I think StrifeCro, knowing that there's a heal bot and an Ooze left in the deck for Cypher, is feeling pretty confident that he can win this if he can just make the game last.
I don't know about that. If he makes the game last, he has to...
Entomb stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, look at that Light Bomb. It's really good. I mean, does he even have to Light Bomb next turn? I don't even think so.
Well, if he doesn't, I think the damage is probably going to add up to just a little bit too much.
I mean, 4-5, 3-3, 2-3, that kills quite a few things on the board. It depends what Cipher does with his minions. I suspect killing the 5-1 may be worth something. The thing is now Nova kills the 6-6 and the Emperor. So you'd have to use Earthen Ring on your Emperor, which means you don't use it for fatigue heal, which means you die. Cypher's resources are very limited. And the cards left in his deck are not very live.
Yeah, he just has to
very
get a
cool.
lot of mileage out of his hero power. That's it.
Yeah, back to the roots of Priest. And this is what I was talking about, right? Like you play Earthen Ring to heal the Emperor to avoid Nova being an issue, but then look at that Light Bomb.
Yeah, this is a
It even
sick
allows
Light
you to
Bomb.
clear the entire board, and you get the Museum Curator. So goodbye board from Cipher. He keeps the 1-2 afterwards and even gets to heal himself. I mean, that's it. Such a sick play for StrifeCro.
Yeah. The save on the Light Bomb paid out big time. I think largely because it was such a marginal play that Cipher being behind was almost forced into not playing around it.
Abomination is surprisingly powerful here. You've seen the Owl come out of the deck.
Oh
I think
no,
it-
Toshli has to be it. If you play Toshli and get like a freeze or a taunt, you can just tempo out a win, and it's a big body.
I guess you're right. You
and
didn't see
Toshli
Sylvanas yet,
is
so Toshli,
two
you're...
legendaries with the monkey.
Whoa! The synergy, Crip.
Yep.
The synergy. You play too much arena. I guess you're right. You can tempo out
That's
the.
never happened in arena ever. It's nothing to do with arena.
Do you just smart this one, by the way? No, I mean you just see like the combination. I feel like you just go face. What's killing that Drake gonna do?
Yeah, you don't care if you take 4, so okay, you're right about that.
My
My
deck.
deck is running out of cards.
Hello, Ooze. Welcome to.
Oh, Ooze might be relevant. StrifeCro might get his own Jiraxis. Who knows?
He just might, or Blinktron even. You know what we need? A Blinktron giving Curse Blade to Cipher, and then StrifeCro punching him in the face with a Reaper, or a Gorehowl.
Gorehowl. That's the 4th.
Yeah, just Gorehowl to face.
I'm still
that'd be
waiting
good.
for that highlight reel. It hasn't happened yet. But
Actually, wait,
it's not really
better
that
yet.
unlikely. Not that
You
unlikely.
Blinktron, Gorehowl Curse Blade, you get Captain Greenskin from the Elise, you use that, and instead of getting the Gorehowl, instead you go for Doomhammer, which adds up to a bit more damage, I think. Right?
No, it's no.
Or is it still 12
Still the same.
instead of 14?
I have
Yeah.
no
Oh.
time for
Yeah.
games.
That's
Bad days.
it's
You
good.
get
Try.
16 out of your Gorehowl then.
All right.
So
well,
what is he looking for? Nova still, right? I mean, it's got to be the other draw that helps.
Well, what Striker is looking for is a freeze spare part. Freeze spare part is ridiculously big here. You can freeze off Sylvanas. Oh, there's the monkey. But you
All
wanna
right,
play
spare
Tashi
port into
first.
monkey, baby. Let's do this. You see, this is why I wanted to see the match, Crib. For all the goodness that maybe this was, you know, the other matchups were, I think this tops them.
Yeah, the thing is though that if you get a bad spare part, actually you can just play Toshli, and if you get a
Into
bad spare part, you just play the monkey on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, look at the following top decks, right?
Mhm.
He's getting
You
Jirax.
can turn your bad spare part into a legendary.
I think he's thinking, do I want Toshli to be another legendary? I don't think so.
No,
You might as well just get a free
it's
one.
good. Yeah, you might as well get a free card.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just thinking.
You have
because-
full legendaries in your deck, but that doesn't mean they're very good. You want
No, they
like-
are good.
No, you might just get like a Nat Pagel or Lorwalk.
No. They're well.
Oh, that is good.
Maybe
You
you
might
just don't. You
consider
just
not
trade
playing
with
the
that.
monkey here. Oh, okay, let me go through
No,
one.
never.
Always monkey.
No, it's door move. Somebody's
Wow.
gonna crash the game very soon. This game's about to get crashed. The thing is, Cipher has nothing. Oh,
No,
he's
he
got
has a
that.
lot of stuff. He has
Yes,
Stalog
that he is.
and a Big Game Hunter and Healbot. And
So you
a
tr-
Sylvanas in play.
So you smash the 6/6 there, then you kill the Toshli with Sylvanas, then you play Stalag, Healbot, and
Okay, I guess.
BGH to get your own your Thaddeus right now, and then you lose to Entomb.
No, I don't think that BGHing your own
Oh, but there's no
Stalag.
Entomb left.
Right, but when your opponent has a deck full of legendaries and you only have 4 cards, I'd imagine BGH is one you want to save.
Okay,
Did I sell you?
that's... Okay, so he's taking the 66 to steal something good as opposed to the 50 of taking something with 2 health. I can't say I disagree with that
Yeah,
necessarily.
he wants the taunt.
That-
I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. All things considered.
And Deathwing.
He changes his mind at the last second. I mean, Nosdorm was enough, right?
Oh.
That's unfortunate. StrifeCro is just absolutely happy here. Oh, hello.
Sucks.
Nosdormu Smork and let him crash. No? Is that not how you play this game?
It's not how you play this game.
So he's looking at 13 plus. There's 18 damage coming in, so he's safe, right? But BGH kills Nas.
Yeah.
What a disaster. Oh no, StrifeCro may lose.
He might, but Deathwing might stop that from happening.
But the
any
Deathwing
any
gives
Deathwing
Thaddeus.
draws is game.
But the Thaddeus kills him afterwards.
Well,
He has to.
The main thing that StrifeCro has to not misplay. The play is to play Nosdormu, attack, and very quickly hit end turn. And
Yeah, to
StrifeCro's played
panic
StarCraft
Cipher.
before, so I think he's capable of playing this turn correctly.
Yeah, he's thinking really, really long and hard about playing for value and trying to fatigue his opponent. That's a lot less entertaining, but I think it's
Yeah,
still a clever
he
play.
probably just realizes that BGH is still there.
Yeah.
He's counted the cards. No YOLO
Golden
play.
bananas.
Are they golden? They're not golden.
Well, I don't know.
Golden bananas have like moving bananas in the background. It's
The
a miraculous
ancestor
card.
of Mukla is a golden monkey, therefore golden bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Do not question it.
Nah, StrifeCro had
evolution,
pleb at
Crib.
least. No golden at least there. No golden at least. No golden legendary deck.
So if you make the trade to get Thaddeus here, if Deathwing comes out, or Entomb, well, I mean, Entomb would have already ruined you, but there's no more, so it's got to be Deathwing.
Yeah.
Is he going to BGH that?
Oh man. Deathwing.
Oh man,
Deathwing.
look at that spare part. Free spare part is also an amazing card.
It's like 1 in 55 or something, 60
How
or
much
so.
damage is there? Deathwing?
Oh! Stealth
Archmage
Infinite.
Finicky
It's not enough.
I mean, you could go for Nosdormu. I mean, he's dead, right? Unless Cipher
Right.
butchers the next turn.
Right. We need Nosdormu to come down and Cipher to just suddenly get some high latency.
I think what you have to do is Nosdormu, Finicky, and turn super quick so that the animation for the Finicky is
Oh yeah, that's
ongoing
right.
during
That's
the
right. That's right.
This is the play. This is the
That's the
only
play. That's the only play. I think we're the only
Dude.
people in the world to see this play too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've played way too much of Nosdormu not to know.
Like the dark side of
Finicky.
Hearthstone here.
I mean, if StrifeCro doesn't see it, do it.
Fast. Come on.
Quick.
Oh no, that's slow. That's
More
slow.
8 p.m. That's way too slow. I would have. Although we are in a spectator mode, maybe it happened faster. Yeah, look at that. The rope is quick. No.
Is he gonna get it? Ah, he got it. Cipher beats the stealth rope.
So it looks
You know
like
what they should do? If
what?
Nosdormu is stealth, the rope should just be gone. You should just have
Instant.
to guess.
Yeah,
how
I
much-
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't see it. You might.
All
hear it.
right. Well, congratulations to Cipher. He takes day one's spot. This is the Redemption StarLadder I-League tournament. Cipher gets his spot in the top 6 in January's live tournament in Minsk. So congratulations to him again. He'll be ahead of the pack in playing against some pretty tough competition. But tomorrow we will have a very similar stream for you guys. We have the other side of the bracket. We have Hoj, we have Orange, Jab, Nerea, Stansifka, and Life Coach. They will all be playing just as Cipher did for a spot in that top 6 in January. Pretty exciting stuff. That was a really wild final. I'm really glad we got to see that side of Hearthstone because it's not often the side that you see in tournaments. It's not really frequently that you get to experience a lot of these cards. But League of Explorers has done an awesome service for tournament competitive Hearthstone, and hopefully there'll be more of that to come tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I think so. I mean, a lot of the players we have tomorrow were actually all in the first LAN event of StarLadder. Unfortunately for them, most of them are knocked down. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the games. That Priest game, I'm pretty excited. We even got to see despite the loss. We'll be back tomorrow, so see you there.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.